the playoff team we're not talking about enough that can go on a run?
That's a very good one.
Okay.
That's a very good one.
All right, Chris.
You know, as I go down the list, I think, you know, the Packers have not earned the right to have that title. They haven't won any of their big games. They're kind of limping into the playoffs. I think the Commanders, the way they can get hot, can certainly ruin a team's day. Like, you know, Philly, they could certainly say if Jalen Hurts is on the field and match up to win that game. But at the same time, Jaden Daniels, and a lot of it was the Eagles' mistakes, kind of torched them. So that's a dangerous team. I think the Bucks are really dangerous offensively, but the defense has kind of tapered off as the year's gone on due to some injuries. I think the Rams are always dangerous, right? And when I talk about matchups, a lot of it is matchups. Like the Rams don't want to play the Eagles. But other than that, I think they'll go toe-to-toe with anybody in the NFC. So I think the Rams are one of those scary kind of teams. And then the AFC, I think the Chargers – as much as I've wanted to handicap them due to the lack of weapons on offense and that sort of thing, you can see Quentin Johnson pop up and have a really good game here and there. Like if that guy goes off in a playoff game, if they can get something out of, you know, a second receiver other than Lab McConkey, you know, they can muddy something up for like a Kansas City. I don't know if they can beat Kansas City. They're going to be a fun team to watch in the playoffs, as well as, you know, it really could be any of them. We've seen that in the past where a team will go on a run and get into the dance, and it's just about like when you play that team, not the team that you're playing, but when you play that team. So teams will get hot and get in the playoffs and surprise some people. So, you know, just going down the list, outlining some of those teams, I think there's a couple that you could argue could make a run to the Super Bowl that are not division winners.
So you say the Rams don't want to see the Eagles because Saquon's still running all over them, or they would have to go?
That front. The size of that front, like I think the Rams' defensive front's a lot of fun. They're young, they're productive. I love Jared Verse. You know, Fisk, I thought, you know, probably could have gone to the Pro Bowl the way he played this year. And you know, Young, Turner, the Rams, they're just a little light up front to face up with a Philly front like that. We already saw what that looks like in LA. I'm not saying it would happen the exact same way, but as that game went on, they kind of got worn down. I think LA is probably the answer to your question, but I'm just kind of illustrating the fact that like there is a team that they'd probably not want to see. And it goes the same for pretty much anybody. And I think honestly, if you're talking about a team to beat, like who's the best team playing the best at the end of the season, it's the Ravens, in my opinion. I think the Chiefs made a jump at the end of the season when they got some of their guys back offensively and they opened up the offense a little bit, moved Joe Tooney to left tackle. That's a big deal. But I think the Ravens, pending Zay Flowers' injury, to answer the question a different way, are playing the best out of the good teams going into the playoffs.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.